What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Three Pyramids Network with your host, the Ignorant Eclectic Mad Genius. And today, man, we are checking out that boy Omizi. I guess some stuff came down, or was, I guess, a judgment was finally done. I guess today or yesterday or something like that, about Stefon Diggs. If you don't know what happened to Stefon Diggs was a NFL player. He played last year for the Patriots. He was their captain or whatever. And he is a wild boy. He is one of the NFL players. I don't know if I'll have to try to find the clip, but where other NFL players were like, would you date Stefon Diggs? Like that's what they were asking some of the other NFL players inside of the Vikings locker room. Well, it was the Vikings and the Texans locker room, and basically everybody else was like, everybody in there was like, no, they could date. My sister could date anybody else except for Stefon Diggs. If that don't tell you something, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I guess he had a domestic violence case, where he was alleged to beat a woman or choke a woman or something like that, and that's why the Patriots let him go. But that's neither here nor there. I can't speak again. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend, man. And let me stop talking and let's do this.
Open and shut trial of the year. The Stefon Diggs case was an example as to why you can't just have anybody be your star witness. His private chef claimed that there was some sort of financial dispute in which, in the blows of having the conversation, Stefon Diggs got physical with her, struck her, put his hands around her neck, and made other threats. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard about this story a while ago and thought that I was gonna be strapped in for a long trial, something OJ-like. I was even gonna live stream it for you guys, but this ended in about 2 days and 90 minutes of deliberation. There's one reason and one reason only. It's because the star witness that they had, the private chef that's in question, was absolutely out of her mind.
Over those 4 or so years, how would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Diggs?
I would say it's complicated. It started out as friends. We met, became successful. We decided I would come work for him.
What were the sort of...
Oh, so she was his cook and he was piping her down also. Oh, so that's probably
in terms of your employment, like, were you
more
in
you
living
know.
with him?
Yes.
Let me get this straight. A private live-in chef that you were having sexual relationships with? Oh yeah, as a real freak nigga, I know exactly what that means. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. Help me reach my goals
My boy was triple dipping.
of having a private chef.
Yay!
No, this is a serious matter. Now, back into the video. Now, Stefon Diggs is an NFL star for what it's worth. Wide receiver for the Patriots, a pretty notable name and face in the NFL sphere. But also what he's known for is being a freak ball general. He has been linked romantically with Cardi B, having a baby with her. But even outside of that, I think Stefon Diggs has like 13 or 14 baby mamas or something like that. It's an actual outrage.
Him and his brother. His brother was a former cornerback for the Cowboys. He be, you know what I mean? He was getting down and dirty too. You know what I mean? Both of them Diggses. They was digging them out. You feel me? They was digging them out.
Number. From Cardi B to Drake's ex-model girlfriend, from my neighbor to your neighbor, Stefon Diggs has a problem with having, you know, romantic relationships and seeing women as objects. Last thing that I'll say on this is that the baby's ages are extremely close as well. So it's not like he has any sort of discipline. This is a rather young dude who's having these babies back to back to back, even on top of these women. So it makes absolute sense as to how he catches himself in a situation where he is finding himself defending his.
And this is where I'll say, like, unfortunately, Stefon Diggs just ain't got no dick control. Right? He no dick control whatsoever. If you had dick control, like, you wouldn't be worried about that. But I understand, because lust is a motherfucker. And lust can get you to do anything and a lot of things. And especially if you got money too, the women will come in droves. So you gotta have that. You gotta have it locked down. You know what I mean? All my young brothers out there, even all my old brothers. You know what I mean? Us OGs out here. I mean, we got to keep ourselves in check. But it be tough, real tough. They got too many STDs and too many things that could happen to go wrong. Especially if you got a lot of money, you could lose a lot.
his name with a romantic partner that was supposed to be doing some sort of service for him. It's not like he sees women as anything else other than objects. I say all this to say Stefon Diggs does have a checkered past. Not only does he have all these baby mamas that are running around the nation, he also has that incident that ultimately I think got dismissed in court, and he filed defamation claims against another person, Blake Griffith, where he allegedly drugged him and tied him down and tried to have some sort of sexual advances with him as well. But the word on the curb, generally speaking, is that you don't want Stefon Diggs.
And allegedly is another individual. I think it was what the fuck was his name? They had a picture of him and Stefon, like it was Jeffree Star, I want to say. Not Jeffree Star. I don't know. It was some individual.
To be around anybody that's a woman because he does not know how to handle himself.
What guy on the team would you...
This was the clip that I was talking about. I'm glad he did it so I don't have to. But this is the clip I was talking about.
least like to date your sister?
Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Man, no. We're going to leave it like that. No.
Oh, Stefon Diggs. He couldn't date my sister.
Diggs. But nobody want me to date his sister. I'm a great guy.
So this is why everybody was ready to run with the story and narrative that Stefon Diggs did place his hands on his live-in chef slash maid slash affair partner.
So when you say he smacked
He
you,
smacked me with an open hand.
do you know which hand he used?
Right hand, right side of my
Do you know
face.
which part of your face got hit?
The right side of my face.
And then what happened?
And then he
When the court case started, no one, and I do mean no one, saw the case going like this. A big feature of the 90 minutes was star witness and person that said that they got assaulted by Stefon Diggs, Mila Adams, the chef in question. But it became quickly evident that something fishy was going on with this trial.
3 weeks ago, your lawyer demanded $5.5 million from Mr. Diggs, didn't he?
Mr. Diggs offered me $100,000 to recant my statement.
That is a yes.
That is the
Your Honor,
only.
May we be heard to sidebar, please? Objection, move to strike.
Now, I don't want to take this situation lightly. There is an
right, Steph.
accusation of a man
She had a
placing
fatty.
hands on a woman, somebody actually getting assaulted here, and it's because there's a discrepancy with money, so somebody getting taken advantage from that portion. So I went into this truly trying to understand what was going on, but like I said, it turned into a circus extremely fast. It starts off with Stefon Diggs' attorney claiming that there were 6 people in the house. This strangulation never happened. Nobody heard anything or saw anything of the sort.
It never happened. There was no strangulation, there was no assault, there was no incident on December 2nd or any other day. There were 6 people in Mr. Diggs' home on December 2nd, and not one heard or saw anything out of the ordinary.
From here, it only gets worse, though. They drop a video of Mila Adams, the chef, dancing around her home, celebrating supposedly the fact that she had got Stefon Diggs and that she is going to now be rich and famous. Not only do they have her dancing on film, celebrating because she believes she's caught Stefon Diggs, they also have her on the stands lying about text messages and not being able to explain key things. The claim is that Mila Adams set Stefon Diggs up and was going to lie on him in order to get paid. This could be seen through a text exchange between the two, but what she didn't know after deleting them is that on the other side of the phone, Stefon Diggs would keep these same messages. I don't know why that escaped her brain, but this was presented to her in court, and her reaction to this whole situation is priceless.
Is there a difference between the text messages that you provided to the Dedham police and the text messages that are here?
Yes, I deleted bet and put, and I'm ruining that bitch life.
Why did you delete those phrases when you provided those text messages to the Dedham police?
Because when I was abusing my previous relationship, when I would say things,
The objection is sustained.
he would.
The objection is sustained. There's no question there. Again, the jury will disregard it. Sidebar.
To really put the icing on the cake for her, though, is that they
She's
provide
retarded.
receipts, physical evidence showing that there was some
Not that
sort
smart.
of transfer of funds, a wire of $4,000 to her for services rendered.
And it turned out, Ms. Adams, you had gotten paid for 2 of the 3 weeks that you said you hadn't gotten paid for, right?
What?
This is missing a whole lot of stuff.
The yes or no question.
I can't answer your question correctly without the proper evidence.
You recognize
So she
this
just been
document
lying?
was text-
How do you lie under oath? You have to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Hand on the Bible. And you lying?
exchanges between you and Sonny?
Yes.
And you write to Sonny, hey, so I looked over my transfers, payment history, and they sent payments 11/7 and 11/21, totaling $4,000. So you knew that you had actually been paid for 2 of those 3 weeks that you tried to get paid for again, right?
Did y'all see that? She was smiling. Hold on.
Sent payments 11/7
You see that? You
and
see the smirk?
11/21, totaling $4,000. So you knew that you had actually been paid for 2 of those
See it?
3 weeks
See it?
that you
See
tried to
it?
get paid for again, right?
I can't answer that question correctly.
You been
When I tell you that
caught.
this lady is clueless through this trial, I think that it is an
Shawty been
understatement. She's like
caught.
that silly, goofy blonde that they put on Disney Channel shows or rom-com movies, who is oblivious to any and every situation that's going on, but
The
is
dumb
actively
blonde.
living in it. At one point in the trial, they ask her, does she know that Stefon Diggs tackles 300-pound men or has tackled a 300-pound man before? Probably going along the lines of saying that, hey, he is so strong that if he did put his hands on you, you would feel it in a major way. Her response to this is that she doesn't know football.
He takes hits from 300-pound men for his job. True?
I guess.
Oh, he takes
Do you
hits.
know that?
No, I don't know what his role is, and I thought he run the ball. I don't know if people. I'm not sure what he does. I don't know football. I don't watch it to know what. I've attended a couple games.
How many of Stefon Diggs' games have you gone to and watched?
4. I don't really watch it, honestly. I'm just there for the vibes.
Now, I know we were supposed to be taking this situation seriously, but I just think it's a little bit funny and had to pause for a second to think that this woman doesn't know anything about football. I'm not saying that I don't believe her, because I do think that she was there just to take the IG pictures and probably has no clue what's going on there. It's just interesting that she handled this question this way on stands, and I don't know who her attorney is, but boy, oh boy, they did not prepare her to get blindsided. No pun intended. No football movie pun intended. It doesn't make Mila Adams' situation any better when
Blindsided.
other
That's a good
members of the House who were there and people on Stefon Diggs' payroll / a part of his team were asked about the day of said events. The people that would see her come down in a towel, or the people that know of their relationship and have seen the ins and outs as to what goes on. They all are saying that, hey, she had no marks on her. She was fine. We didn't hear anything, and basically that she's lying.
Did you observe anything on her face?
No.
Anything on her neck?
No.
Did you see any redness or swelling?
No.
Was she crying at all?
No.
What was she doing?
She was
is
walking
this?
around looking for a piece of a paper and a pen to write a card to, I guess, write a note to him for his birthday gift.
Did you actually see Ms. Adams without clothes on as you were getting dressed?
With a towel on.
Did you observe any bruising, redness on
No.
her neck or chest?
No.
Did you observe anything on her face?
No.
I'm taking you along this journey because all this stuff is really relevant to the situation. This is all day one of the events. It's clear that this lady doesn't have her story straight. There's some inconsistencies. And at worst, you can flat out say that she is lying on Stefon Diggs about a numerous amount of things that transpired in this situation. Nobody can corroborate her story. Even outside of the stories of Stefon Diggs strangling her and putting hands on her, the claims that she was underpaid by Mr. Diggs was also refuted by his financial team with receipts and from his lead financial team member stating that they in fact even overpaid her for services that were never rendered because she was sent home early.
Do you recall receiving an invoice from Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Do you recall what that invoice was for?
It was for 3 weeks of services in November and reimbursable expenses. Immediately, I knew that it was incorrect because I had paid her. So it raised a flag. I needed to figure out, had I made a mistake or had she made a mistake? That caused me to look a little bit further into the reimbursable expenses.
What did you learn from conducting your audit?
That we had overpaid her.
Day 2 of the trial puts a pin in what would have been a long and lengthy court proceedings. The day starts off with Mila Adams not being able.
Stefon Diggs just got away from paying a nice fat old bill to them lawyers that he got, because I know he got some class A lawyers, and I know the lawyers like, God damn, we got this, but we about to lose a lot of more money because we could have kept dragging this on and could have got more money.
Able to answer any question straightforward and honestly folding like a lawn chair or origami or anything else that's foldable, like a Mila Adams in this situation.
When you told Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026.
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. So
I
don't
haven't
wanna
finished my
answer it.
question. When you told Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026, in a written text message, I didn't say that, you were referring to the statements that were reported in the press that you gave to the Dedham Police Department, correct?
I don't understand your question.
Did you or did you not write those words?
I don't understand your question without further explaining.
You can't testify under oath to this jury what you meant
She
by
went
the
low.
words you wrote to Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026?
Sorry, I don't understand your question without further explaining.
At this point, Mila Adams is totally off the rails, and she is saying, screw whatever plan that was in place. I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. I'm gonna come with something that was never stated before and claim that Stefon Diggs wanted me to recant my statements and pay me $100,000.
3 weeks ago, your lawyer demanded $5.5 million from Mr. Diggs, didn't he?
Mr. Diggs offered me $100,000
Ma'am,
to recant my statement.
That is a yes.
That is the
Your Honor,
only...
may we be heard at sidebar, please? Objection, move to strike.
It gets so bad that after she makes this big and bold claim in court, they go to recess. And when they come back from recess, the judge is like, yo, gang, if you're gonna BS like this, we're about to strike everything.
If you don't understand a question, you can say that, and I'm sure counsel will rephrase. If you can't hear a question, tell them that as well. But courtrooms function, and especially trial, unfold in a question and answer format. This is not an opportunity for you to interject your own narrative and evade responding to questions the court deems appropriate. And if you continue to do so, your entire testimony may
It'll be thrown out.
And lastly, before the 90-minute deliberation that would ultimately find Stefon Diggs to be not guilty of any charges, the prosecutor themselves even had to admit that their star witness, the one that they had been prepping and priming, hell, the main one that was responsible for bringing these charges to the forefront, was very, very lackluster.
Was Miss Adams a perfect witness? No. She was argumentative, avoided, difficult. You don't have to like Miss Adams. You don't have to like the way she testified today and yesterday, but you do have to give her and her testimony the attention it deserves.
Yeah, gang, not a good witness to you, but brought some funny internet moments to us as a community, so I appreciate it for this. But I will say, overall, this isn't some sort of funny situation. There are no winners in this case at all. Be clear, this isn't me caping for anybody when I make these statements. Everybody. And
well, for the person that won in this situation is Stefon Diggs' pockets. He ain't got to pay a lot.
I do mean everybody loses in this situation. You can see Stefon Diggs, after finding out that he is not guilty, starts to go to tears. He starts to get really, really emotional, and he knows it's because his life has been altered immediately, and specifically due to this backlash.
After the verdict was read, he got emotional and he clutched his lawyers. How is Stefon doing right now?
It's an emotional thing to have false allegations levied at you. This has impacted him both personally and professionally. He's an emotional person, but he's a person. He's a human being.
Stefon Diggs will forever have a jacket based off of this incident now, and he is somebody who lost his job because of this situation.
After making a run to the Super Bowl, the New England Patriots and veteran wide receiver Stefon Diggs are parting ways. Damn, I thought he'd done a great job in the locker room.
Superb.
I
Joe
thought
Johnson.
he was great being available when he played. I think the distractions off the field is too much for them.
And not only did he lose his job, but he also lost his family. Cardi B separated from Stefon Diggs due to all of these claims and issues that he was having in the household. Now, I'm not saying that he is peachy clean and scot-free. He was in a supposed monogamous relationship and still stepped out what seemed to be numerous times. Cardi B ran interference, got mud slang on her name, which I'm not saying that Cardi B is right either, but they ultimately split due to the complexities of this claim, his infidelities, and all of the things that he had happening surrounding this case. And now Cardi B in real time is finding out that it wasn't other women that she was suspecting of him being romantically linked to, or it wasn't him actually placing hands on somebody else, but somebody close to them in their household. A private chef that she had trusted was the one that Stefon Diggs was being, creeping around the house with. And I'll say that everybody, and I do mean everybody in this situation, has had some.
Cardi B went from Offset to Stefon Diggs.
Sort of social media narrative spun about them. Some people jumped the gun early and put egg on people's faces. And that's probably one of the bigger portions of this story. There is some sort of targeting of high profile people that is going on. And I don't think that that's right. We do jump the gun and place blame on people, and that's not right either. And I still have to stick to my guns here. Cheating and infidelity wouldn't have had this man in this situation, and that is wrong as well. So sure, we may have gotten a few laughs out of.
All right, y'all. I will leave the rest of this. I'll leave this video in the description down below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. On the way to on the road to 1,000 subs, man. Love each and every last one of y'all. Let me know if y'all think that Let me know if y'all think that Stefon Diggs got off easy into this and do you believe that he will get back into the NFL? Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I think he will, because the NFL, it's lenient to certain things. Like, it'll be like a year suspension or something like that, but then he'll come back. Yeah, let me know down in the comments down below. Love each and every last one of y'all, man. Catch you on the next one. Peace.